What is going on, everyone? I'm Jay the Black here. I am back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. If you're new or you've been here for a while, appreciate that. This is one of my video case studies that I do. This video is not scripted, even though I do take notes. I want to have as much information as possible that pertain to this video. This video is going to pertain to Ashanti and why her dating life is the way it is. All right. And I'm going to do a variation of videos like this. And I want to say this before I get started into the commentary. I don't have a disdain or a dislike towards women, particularly women in the entertainment industry. But when I see dysfunctional behavior, when I see a pattern of somebody who's basically selling themselves or selling a certain type of, appearance, so to speak, that I feel like brings negative stereotypes, especially to a lot of melanated women, I'm going to speak about it because me as a melanated man, I like to speak on culture, especially when it pertains to us, because we are in a very bad situation. Politically, socially, we are going downhill fast. Say whatever you want about religion, but religion, we had more of a moral compass than when we were more of a religious community than when we're not. Even though you still have people who are religious and they don't live by any of the doctrine. But be that as it may, those are different times, and today is different as well. And that is why I'm making this video about Ashanti. Ashanti is 38 years old. Okay. She is a singer, songwriter. She's done acting. Her net worth is 18 million. I was actually surprised. I don't know if she's getting a lot of royalties from writing credits. I don't know, but her net worth is pretty high. Now, she did date Nelly for about 9 years, I believe, and some other people in the industry as well. What's very interesting, though, is that she, to me, seems like the type of woman who has talent, but I think for a short period of time got caught up in the freezer when it comes to being an artist of relevance. And the way that she's trying to get herself out of it is by presenting herself in a hyper, over sexual way. Look at her latest performances. And I'm going to get to some of it, but I just want to point out something I just saw recently. She was performing, I believe she was performing at the same venue as Lil' Kim, and she was wearing this outfit that literally you can see her box. You can see whether she shaved or whether she has hair. And then you can see her backside, her assets. And there were a lot of women, not just dudes. There were a lot of women who were criticizing her heavy, but this isn't the first time. I mean, lately, Ashanti has been doing a lot of thirst trapping. And I want to say this too. Ashanti has always been cute to me, always. Ever since she started out with Murder Inc. She was always very cute to me. I didn't see her as somebody who was not attractive. I saw her as somebody who looked like the girl next door. Like, she had that girl next door look to her. Now, we'll also say this too, that, Irv Gotti admitted to smashing. We don't know if this was before she got the record deal or after she got the record deal, but she was kind of young then, not too young. I think she was early 20s, I believe. Ja Rule has never admitted to doing anything, but you never know. I think Ashanti was a young, impressionable girl around a lot of industry sharks, and these girls get caught up. Look at all the female artists that came into the game between 2001 and 2006. Look at all the ones that have come and gone. getting caught up in the game. Some just never last. Some are hanging on by a thread, you know, with reality TV. And Ashanti's never going that route. But the thing with Ashanti is a lot of guys don't really see her as marriage material. I really don't. And if you take into account the various Dubai trips that she makes, which she's kind of hush-hush about, she doesn't really put up posts from that. So that makes people wonder what's going on. And men are not dumb. Men know exactly what goes on out here nowadays. See, a lot of females can't pull the wool over our eyes. You know, we see what's going on. And Ashanti just seemed like somebody who's very, very emotionally unavailable. And women who are emotionally unavailable are the type of women who are out here, you know, they will date men who are emotionally unavailable. They will be side chicks. They will be in these short-term relationships with nothing come of them. And I think Ashanti represents what a lot of, especially a lot of sisters are. They're very emotionally unavailable. They don't open themselves up to being with a decent guy because they're too busy trying to become relevant again, like she is, and she's putting herself out there, thirst trapping, performing when you can see everything. Nothing is left to the imagination. I want y'all to understand, people, especially a lot of females who put themselves on social media, okay, who claim that they're building a career, a brand off literally showing their whole self and leaving nothing to the imagination. A lot of those women are compromised, and the way for them to overcompensate for that, you know, for being compromised and corrupted, is to put themselves out there, you know, because it's almost like they feel like they're already ruined. They feel like they're already broken. And I feel like that's what Ashanti is doing. And that's why in this latest performance, she's getting criticized by both male and females. I think even her fans are criticizing her performing in what she performed in. Not only that, she did something that I was surprised didn't get more attention, but then I'm not. She was doing some type of lap dance on stage at one of her performances, and she literally grabbed a guy's junk. She, you know, put her hand on his junk. Now, I want y'all to understand the type of climate that we are in nowadays. We are in a very Me Too climate. And you can't say certain things to a female, approach her a certain way. You know, you have to be very careful as a man. But there's a lot of females who feel like they can do and say whatever just because they're who they are. Just because you are Ashanti or whoever does not mean that you should be grabbing dudes junk like that. And I think she got a pass for that because, once again, she's a female and only females can be, you know, victimized in a way. The same thing happened with Vic Mensa. Vic Mensa talked about Tiffany Haddish doing the same thing to him. As a matter of fact, I did a video about, you know, the real reason why no guy wants to date her. You can go and check that out too. You know, you got women who are emboldened by the fact that men are being vilified in the media in this Me Too age that we are in. And they feel emboldened to do things like that. Ashanti feels emboldened to do things like that because, once again, she's compromised. She's overly putting herself out there. Maybe she's making up for the fact that she was sort of like the goody good girl when she first got into the music industry. And for her to stay relevant, she has to go the Cardi B route. She has to go the Megan Thee Stallion route. You know, I mean, it's almost as if you are a non-Caucasian female artist, especially in rap, hip hop, R&B, what's left of R&B, mainstream wise, you have to go above and beyond. You have to literally be a singing scripper. You have to be a singing scripper, because if you don't, then you're not going to get attention. But you have to ask yourself this. Why is it that you have all these women with disposable income who choose not to financially support the women who conduct themselves in a classier manner? Is it because those women have the same mindset as the women that they're supporting? You know, maybe you got women who are classy but decides to support a Cardi B in her lifestyle. And what's interesting is that, say whatever you want about Cardi, she's actually married. You know, Ashanti is not. And no guy is going to take her seriously the way that she conducts herself. It's all about getting attention. It's almost as if now she realizes that at 38, she has to compete with these younger women. What she don't understand is she's making herself more and more undateable and unmarriable. You know, you're not going to be able to compete with the women who get rings. Okay? You may be able to compete with the women who are just the IG models who are trying to build a quote unquote career, but are just getting flown out to Dubai or Africa or wherever, getting flown out. I believe Ashanti has done this because she apparently takes multiple trips to Dubai every year. And I don't think she's just performing. I don't think that she just only has a fan base there, because truth be told, a lot of American artists who are sort of careers are not on the right trajectory in America, they usually go to Europe. They don't go to Dubai. We know where you're going, you know. And us as men, we see what's going on with these females, you know, and we know how to approach them. We know how to really deal with them. We don't take the old school route of trying to wine and dine anymore, or trying to do the old school thing, because a lot of women don't respect it. A lot of women are just about money first. They're about materialism, what you can do for them in that particular moment. And that's how she is. And that is why I feel like a lot of guys, whether they are rich, successful, or whether they're not, don't see Ashanti as marriage material. They just don't. Maybe 15 years ago, but now, no. And all you have to do is look at how she conducts herself right now.